equitable treatment for all. The ways in which COVID-19 ravaged Black communities showed that we have underlying vulnerabilities when something like a pandemic hits. The path from tragedy to triumph travels along the path of learning.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
Let's get back to strolling instead of scrolling. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts on COVID-19 vaccines. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your family.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Let's get back to getting ticks instead of watching flicks. Before we can safely get out there, we need the facts on COVID-19 vaccines. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision for yourself and for your crew.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a specialty bakery located in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. We will create delicious and one-of-a-kind treats for any occasion. Sugar Chateau is currently shipping cakes in a jar, offering a variety of different flavors in a single-serve container that can help you celebrate in accordance with social distancing. Place your orders today by calling 803-526-7895 or visiting sugarchateaudesserts.com.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one. Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
Support the Black College Sports Network so we can continue to provide you coverage. Go to myjbn.com/support and be a part of the Black College Sports Network.
Welcome back to the BCSN SportsWrap show. And we talked to the head coach earlier today. Now we're going to talk to his immediate supervisor, That immediate supervisor is the vice president of intercollegiate athletics at some universities. Whatever the title is, we all know him as the AD, the athletic director. Derrick Price, Bluefield State University, Big Blue athletic director. How you doing today, Coach Price?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well, man. Just wanted to say thank you for having me.
All right, and we appreciate you joining us. And you guys got a lot of big things going on over there at Bluefield State. First of all, like I said in the earlier interview, a lot of people don't even realize Bluefield State is an HBCU there in West Virginia.
Right.
And until I did my research, I couldn't even tell you where Bluefield State was in West Virginia. And a lot of people get confused with that other Bluefield school across, across town. We're not going to give them any shine on this because this is an HBCU show.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Coach Price, you guys have added 12 sports. 12 during the pandemic. What's the sauce, man? How do you do this during the pandemic?
Coffee. That'll definitely get you through some troubling times, man. Late nights. But to be honest with you, man, it's just really first and foremost just the dedication. Just the commitment that we definitely have for our university and our colleges is to go out there and be the best, and if you have those things, you can do whatever you want to do. But to be honest with you, man, it just took we decided to come into this thing, man, and we said, hey, it's going to be life outside of COVID. It's going to be life after this pandemic. And this is where we can actually bridge the gap with other colleges and other universities as far as HBCUs and just really colleges in itself. It's just, hey, let's go out here and let's do this. Let's go ahead and do it. Instead of doing them one at a time, and we'll do this, we'll do that. Hey, let's go full steam ahead with it. And let's see what happens, man. That was the number one goal that we wanted to do, was just really go out there and just tell our students and tell the world, hey, we're going to be ready once this pandemic is over. We are going to be ready to be one of those colleges that didn't fold for sure.
All right, Coach. And please pardon my rudeness. I should have started off in saying congratulations to you guys for winning the inaugural Black College World Series. With partnership with one of our partner organizations, Black College 9. So
right.
First of all, congratulations on that. And what was the buzz on campus with that? It was a new event. A lot of people knew about it, a lot of people didn't know about it, and right. It was a cultural significance because it was the first time since 1958, if I remember the year correctly, that HBCUs decided a championship on the court. At that point in time, it was the NAIA
right.
Championship for the one HBCU to get the bid to the NAIA tournament. This time is baseball. So what was the buzz on campus about that championship?
Oh man, we're still ecstatic about that, man. That was huge for us, man. That was huge for our college, and for the program, just for the department, the college, man. It was just one of those things where, we're changing. We're going to a different, set of pride and a set of spirit about ourselves, man. And we're holding, we're holding our heads high, man. So that was really a big time event to go out and win. And for myself to actually, I mean, a lot of people don't really know the story behind our baseball team, man. We actually hired Andrew Bailey in January. Our previous baseball coach, he stepped down maybe December the 22nd. So we're scrambling around trying to find a head coach, and we looked up on Andrew Bailey, and he comes in January and really just started to change the culture. That's what we wanted to do, is change the culture on our campus. And now that we have that, man, it's kind of like, hey, we're expected to win. We want to go into these competitions and we want to let them know, hey, Bluefield State is expected to win. We're not let's just get them on a schedule for an easy win or anything. That's just not the case anymore. We're trying to bring that back. We're trying to have that passion and that pride about our university and colleges that, hey, we're here to stay. So just to go on that, it was kind of exciting to go down there and watch those guys just win. And then they kept winning. And then next thing you know, they won it all. And like I said, man, people don't know, man, we just hired that coach about 3 months ago. It was about maybe 2 or 3 months ago, we hired him, and these guys go out and win it. And I loved it for the simple fact, as an interim athletic director, I get a national championship, my first maybe not even year on the job. So I'm like, man, this is good for me right now, man, just to pat my own self on the back. But it was exciting. I was kind of like, whoa, is this what it's going to be like? Oh, man, I can get used to this winning thing, man. But just to have those guys just fight. I mean, when all year long, they beat a couple teams that they've never beat before. 15 years. I mean, we just had definitely a sense of pride and a commitment to each other. And that's like, hey, let's go out here and win this. But the campus was crazy, man. It was actually, welcome them guys when they get back with open arms. And I mean, it was definitely wonderful to be the last baseball team standing in this inaugural, tournament that they had, man, which was, it was great for us. It was absolutely great. We're still, congratulating those guys and the coaches for a job well done.
Yeah, and I was there actually at that tournament, part of the broadcast team for that tournament.
Okay.
And it was it was great atmosphere at the event, and you knocked off the favorite, Xavier. Xavier came in as the favorite in the thing, and you knocked them off early. Then you knocked them off in the if game, and
yeah,
2 of those 3 games were probably the best games in the entire tournament. Those matchups between you two guys. You just happened to win both of those tight matchups that you guys had.
Man, those guys, man, like I said, man, Xavier, man, they were definitely a handful, man. Just to watch that pitcher transfer from LSU, man, he was throwing that ball, man. He was throwing that baseball, man. And like I said, man, just to actually get invited and to be a part of it, and that's the first. And like I always tell them, man, hey, listen, they can't take our name out the history book. One thing about it, Bluefield State College will be the first inaugural champions, man. So whatever happens after that, if we go back out there and lose that one, we're the first one. And we tell these guys, hey, put your name in the history books. Be remembered by something when you come here.
Right. And you guys actually have something in common. And we'll get deeper into the story a little bit later. Xavier brought back their baseball program for the first time in 62 years. You guys will be bringing back your football program for the first time in 41 years.
Absolutely.
You guys are also the second HBCU in as many years to be bringing back football to their campus, with Florida Memorial bringing theirs back after 60+ years hiatus last year, once again in the midst of this pandemic. And we'll get into football a little bit later on as we get into the meat of the interview. But there were 11 other sports that you guys added there at Bluefield State. Tell us what those other 11 sports were, first of all, Coach.
Well, what we added was, football. Obviously, that's just that took over everything, really, though. But we have a great, list of sports that we added on there. It's women's soccer. We have women's golf now. We'll be having men's and women's indoor and outdoor track and field. Men's and women's swimming and diving, women's bowling. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss any. I think that was probably acrobatics and tumbling. I mean, I think we are one of the first HBCUs, if I'm not mistaken, to offer acrobatics and tumbling, which is going to be a great, sport for our female athletes as well. But I think that's pretty much, all 11 of them. Like I said, man, you get the men's and women's track and field, indoor and outdoor, they all considered separate sports as well. But definitely, man, those are the sports, man. Yeah, I think I got women's soccer, women's golf. I think I have them all. Though, man. If I don't have them all, don't hold that against me.
Now, I'm a business major by trade, so I want to go a little bit behind the numbers and into the business portion of this. Now, obviously, you guys didn't decide overnight, hey, let's add this and that. These were all part of some type of strategic plan that somebody at the university did once upon a time, or may have even done it as little as 6 months beforehand. But strategic plans, as you and I both know, sit on the shelf a lot of times.
Yeah.
What was it that made you guys activate a portion of that plan or the entire plan, what said the time is right to do this? And question number two is, what were some of the considerations that you guys had to, some of the backroom, not without getting into deep details, but some of the backroom conversations that you guys had to think about? Was like, all right, we need to make sure this and this happen. We can add this sport. We need to make sure we do this, and then we could possibly add those sports. Because I know facilities had to be one of the things that played a key into that. Kind of take us into a behind the scenes, Coach.
Well, give me 1 second. I think my video is. Oh, here we go. Well, definitely, man. I mean, football was in our plan. I mean, football has been in our plan since I was the basketball coach, and just hearing little things about, man, we would love to bring it back. It just so happened that it was about 3 years ago, and we all know, man, when COVID hit, man, it kind of, was a tragedy for everybody, really, though, man. But it was one of the things that actually, helped us out due to the fact that, everybody got CARES Act money. The HBCUs, they received some CARES Act money and everything. It just so happened that, as Bluefield State College, we kind of, lucked out in a little situation with that, man, due to the fact that a lot of these HBCUs, man, what they done with their money was they had to actually, pay it back to the support staff, to the students, to the dorms, because they had to send all of their kids home, to meal plans, because they had to give refunds and everything back to the kids that paid their money and weren't able to get any services with that. Unfortunately, Bluefield State, we didn't have any dorms. We're bringing our dorms on campus now. We didn't have a meal plan. So the money that we used it pretty much to invest, and we wanted to be able to grow. And what better way to do it than grow athletics with it? We're firm believer in, we're not going to run our program or our department on athletics. That's not our goal. We want to be able to enhance our enrollment and help out. We don't want to run our college on strictly athletics. We want to just be able to enhance it and help out and bring that pride and that spirit back. So it really was about, the CARES Act money and really getting us a jump started and to be able to say, hey, this is what we want to be able to focus on, and let's do it now. So that 3-year plan moved up really quick. I took over as an interim athletic director maybe June of last year. We announced this thing about August, hired a football coach in October, and these guys are about day 3, day 4 of practice already, man. So that definitely was a blessing right there in itself. But that's the way it went. I mean, the strategic plan was definitely in place to bring these sports back. We didn't think we were going to be able to do all of them at one time, where we just basically lucked up and we didn't have to pay back the money that everybody else had to pay back for us HBCUs for the luxury of the dorms and the meal plans. And, so we didn't have to pay that back. We actually was able to invest in our university with that. And here we are, 12 sports later. But a lot of it, I mean, it just was, the conversations was, let's do it. Let's do it, man. I talked to my president, President Capehart, man, and he's definitely a great guy, great business mind, a great leader. And he's like, hey, let's do it, man. Let's do, why not? Why not? Why wait and just drag this thing along, man? Are you willing to do it? Can you do it, man? We talked to a couple of athletic directors, myself, and they're like, Coach, are you crazy? Are you crazy? You want to add 12 new sports all at one time? You have to be crazy. I said, man, coming from Philadelphia, man, we are crazy. We are crazy. But, like I always tell someone, man, I'm a hard worker. I'm definitely willing and ready to take on any challenge that I can. And like I said, man, for Bluefield State College, it was hey, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put Bluefield State where it's supposed to be at, man. So it was some long hours. It was some great conversations, but unfortunately, we're here now. There ain't no turning back now.
Definitely, Coach. Definitely. No turning back. Now, you guys, with those 12 sports, are going to be adding approximately 400 new students to the university there.
Yes.
How does athletics play? I know, but please explain to everybody how athletics plays a part of the strategic plan of the university and growth of the university, especially now you're adding 400 new students because of athletics. If you don't offer those sports, 9 of those 10 students do not come to Bluefield State University. So how does athletics and academics play a role together in that framework?
Well, it goes hand in hand. It goes definitely hand in hand, man. The way we want to do it is, like I said, man, it's all about the pride. It's all about the spirit. It's all about looking out your window and just seeing tons of athletes, student athletes, just going to class and just gathering up and celebrating, that they're part of something special here. So that was the biggest thing, man. And like I said, man, we were able to, increase our enrollment with our athletics and not have to hire another faculty member, which is great. I mean, if we were already ready for them anyway, we just haven't had enough students to do it. So, we talked to our provost and he let us know, hey, man, we can actually add another 1,000 kids without hiring anyone. We can do that now. That was a blessing for us. That was a blessing for us not to have to go hire more faculty, more staff to be able to help out with this. So it kind of worked itself out, man. But just some of the things that it can do to your campus is just, it's tremendous. I mean, when you add athletics onto it, man, it helps you out, man. Like I said, man, the spirit, the passion, when you have a bunch of kids just, walking around with a Bluefield State logo on and just going out there and competing and playing for something, man. It goes beyond the sport, man. We're raising leaders. We're raising young men and women to go and impact the world. That's what we want to be able to do with our athletic department. We want to go out here and have these girls and guys and just, hey, this is what we can do. This is what you can strive for. You can be the next vice president, president of the United States. This is what we want to be able to do here at Bluefield State College.
All right, now, Coach, approximately with the new enrollment, approximately how many kids will you have enrolled there this semester?
This semester, we'll probably have about 250, 275, somewhere around there. And that may be on the short end of it, though. We may probably be getting, those are new kids, though.
No, that'll bring your total enrollment up to around what? All students on campus? All students on campus,
you're looking at first year, I would say about maybe 1,200. About 1,200 kids, though, so student athletes, but just general, there's just the campus in general, not just the student athletes. Yeah. But like I said, man, that's not even when we bring our cheerleaders on board, when we, we're starting our band back up. So these guys are not even included in this right now, man. So,
Coach, not to be cutting you off, you can't have an HBCU football program without the band now.
Oh, no, we're gonna have that. We're gonna have that. Listen, I'm telling you, one of the things that we talked about on those late night conversations, man, is we have to bring that band here. These guys can't run out by themselves. We can't just clap them out there. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
Work in high school.
That only work in high school, and they don't even work in high school that much, though. So we already knew the blueprint that we had, man. So we're in the process. We have our band director. It didn't work out for him, so we're actually in the search for another band director to get everything started for us. But I can promise you, though, we'll definitely have a band out there, man, to support these guys, man.
Gotcha. Well, speaking as a Florida A&M Rattler, obviously the Marching 100. And also Tuskegee Golden Tiger, the Crimson Pipers.
Okay.
I have nothing but high expectations for you, given the background to universities that I attended. So right. I just want to put that out there on the table, Coach.
Hey, listen, but I wouldn't.
But wait a minute. You graduated from one of those other band schools. They got a little small band. What's it called? The Human what?
Who was that? Me?
Yeah, what school? Yeah, I think you graduated from Southern or something like that. You was at
Southern? That was my sports information director. They have they got a little small band. She always, hey man, she's great though, man. They always, hey man, my band is. I told her band ain't really nothing like that, man. But no, I apologize. Hey, Southern has a real good band though, man. They have a real good band. I don't know about that Tuskegee band, man. I like to see them battle that out, man, for real.
Yeah, and see, that's the great thing about HBCU athletics. We talk trash to each other, but it's all Absolutely. Love. It's all one love.
Hey, definitely, man. Like I said, man. Hey, some of them don't even really care if the football team win or lose. They just want to see that halftime show. That's all they want to see.
Yes.
Hey, yes. They made Drumline for a reason, right?
Exactly. Although you gotta love the bass from the tuba section, though.
Hey, everybody gets love, man. Everybody gets love.
Everybody
man. Like I said, You know, one thing about having that band, man, it just does something to you, man. It's the atmosphere, it's the excitement. It's, you know, when you're at a basketball game and that band is inside that gym, and it feel like it got a hold on you that you can't get off. You're like, man, these guys are loud. But we love it though, man. That's what HBCU is about, man. Atmosphere and giving these kids a great opportunity, man, and a great college experience.
Yeah. Now let's get into what the fans really want from the HBCUs: football.
Right.
Start a new football program. You've got 2 HBCUs on your schedule. It's got Elizabeth City and Johnson C. Smith, if I remember correctly, both out of the CIAA.
Yeah.
First of all, talk about going out and, first of all, putting a schedule together just off of a blank sheet of paper. You have nothing. Nobody has to really play you because you're an independent.
Absolutely.
You know, I hate to say they're doing you a favor, but they're giving you an opportunity by playing you guys. You went out, you got two HBCUs on your schedule. Just kind of tell us about putting that together and the importance of making sure that you did put other HBCUs on this inaugural schedule.
Oh man, this inaugural schedule was tough, you know. But like I said, man, I take my hat off to our coaches from that football team, man. Coach Coaxum and Coach, the offensive coordinator, Coach Gales, and the rest of the staff, man. Those guys work hard, man. They work hard. I'll put my football team staff up against any football staff. You know, those guys really work hard. And what a lot of people don't know, like you said, man, is these guys are really doing us a favor. Because they don't have to play us. We're not, hey, play us or get in. No, they don't have to play us. I think a lot of them are playing us just for the simple fact they're like, man, we can get us a win against a Division II opponent, man. So hey, let's do that. But a lot of them are just like, hey, let's play these guys. I mean, we want to see what this is about. They have some bye weeks in their schedule, and we were able to do it, man. Johnson C. Smith is right there. I mean, it's maybe 2.5 hours from us. 2.5 hours from us. So when we go down there, man, we're coming down there, man, and we're coming down there deep, man. It's gonna be a night game, so I can just imagine the atmosphere that's gonna actually be there. But that's what it's about. But we wanted to get HBCUs on there, man. We already are talking with the CIAA to actually let them know that, hey, this is what we want to be able to do. Can we start getting these games scheduled? So we have a couple games scheduled with the CIAA for next year. Where we're trying to get we would love to get all CIAA teams on our schedule if it allows them to do that. But it was tough to put it together. But like I said, man, those guys work extremely hard to be able to put it together. And we have a couple other, schools on our program that was just really starting their program within 2 years or so. And they wanted to play us as well. So it kind of worked itself out, man. But to have 8 games in the inaugural season is amazing. And 2 of them being HBCUs, man, that was big. That was big for us, man. But I'm just proud of those guys, man. And I really just take my hat off to the opponents that gave us a chance to be able to say, hey, I would like to put your football team against our football team. And that's the way you get some recognition, man. We're not really ducking or dodging anyone. We would love to play them. I mean, and like I said, man, Johnson C. Smith and Elizabeth City were definitely gracious enough to say, hey, come on down here. We'll play you guys. Hey, let's set these contracts up and let's go.
Now, HBCU football, when the average fan looks at their football schedule, they look for 2 things: homecoming, which you guys have, and the classic.
Right.
Whatever school, insert school here, whatever the classic is for that school. Obviously, as a new program, you've got to build towards the classics. So,
right.
How long before we see Bluefield State in somebody's classic? I don't care what name it is. It's somebody's classic. And the classic everybody in that area is going to want to see. Bluefield State, West Virginia State.
Right.
So, talk about those.
Oh, man, I would say we're about a year or 2 out. I think we're about a year or 2 out, really, though, man. It's just really the timing and getting everything together. We would love to be in someone's classic, man. Anything that'll get us our chance to get some exposure and to be able to say, hey, Bluefield State football is here, and they're pretty darn good. We want that. We want that type of challenge. We want that, experience. We want that atmosphere. This is what we want. This is why we brought football back. One of the reasons why we brought football back is to be the best. I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, competition is lovely, man. So I would say about a year or two. We're about a year or two out of actually getting into a classic and seeing what we can do. But we welcome that, man. We'll definitely get in contact with West Virginia State. I mean, we're about an hour, 40 minutes apart from each other. I mean, we're the only two HBCUs in West Virginia. So well, why not? Why not, man? But I think we'll definitely have our football coaches contact theirs, and I'll definitely link up with the ADs to see if we can possibly get that done. Hopefully next year. You don't know, man. I don't know what they're already committed to, but we're wide open. We're wide open, and we'll make some adjustments and some arrangements for it.
And I guarantee you, there's some schools, some Virginia schools who also may be willing to look at also. Once again, That's that CIAA relationship that you were talking about.
Absolutely.
Now, Coach, we were talking off camera, and I want to kind of bring this discussion on camera. You guys, you've always had your Division II status.
Right.
You've also participated in the USCAA Association, which is Independent Christian. Is it the Christian Association? Correct.
I think it's something with the Small College Association.
Small College Association. Yeah. That's the CCC. That's the Christian Association. I get my acronyms confused sometimes.
Hey, it's all right. It's all right. It's too many. There's a lot of letters floating around there right now. So
exactly. Long as I don't see FBI, CIA, and all those,
you good.
And IRS, I can deal with the other letters. But just kind of tell us about their relationship. Those opportunities that you've that your school has provided for the student athletes in those multiple divisions, because you guys have always been an independent.
Right. Well, we were actually in the WVIAC, and that's the West Virginia Intercollegiate Conference up until about 2013. So after 2013, we actually, before I got there, man, it was they were offered to go to the GMAC, which is the Greater Midwest Conference, if I'm not mistaken, though. So they were offered to go there, didn't want to do that. So they were just thinking we were going to go back to the Mountain East, but plans didn't work out that way. So these guys have been, independent since about 2013, but if I'm not mistaken, I think about 2016, maybe 2015, they actually started to partner up with the USCAA. Now with the USCAA, like I said, it's just for small colleges, and it just gave our kids a chance to have some postseason. I mean, these guys get awards, they get Player of the Year, they get first team, second team, honorable mention. It's just like a conference as well. And like I said, we always talked about that that collegiate experience and giving these guys the best one that we can possibly give them. And that's what it boiled down to. It boiled down to, when our season ends at the independent, what are we doing? Just go home and, hey, let me get your jersey, 1 followed by 2, and don't forget my shorts, let's put these things in mothballs into next year. But now we get a chance to at least say, hey, if you made it, if you've done a great job this year, and if you qualified to go to a national championship, then hey, here you go. You can still keep playing. It's kind of like our NIT, pretty much, though. I look at it as kind of like an NIT when these guys don't get a chance to make that big dance. The season's not over. They still get a chance to go play some postseason basketball and win something and play for it, though. But that's how the USCA worked for us, man. We're not. I don't know if we're going to continue that relationship with them or not, man. We're going to probably, if we don't get into a conference within the next year or so, we'll be looking to be the Notre Dame of this thing, man. And we'll be an independent program. And what we'll do for us that is we'll play all the tough competitions, and we're going to get there one way or another.
I have to ask the question, and you can refuse to answer this question if you want to, and I would totally understand it. It will not offend me. HBCU conference, non-HBCU conference, or just whatever fits?
Oh, man, we would, hey, we're keeping all of our options open. Keeping all of our options open, man. But if we can definitely get into an HBCU conference that's geographically fit for us, man, we'll definitely explore that. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, man, but we have some things in the workings now, but we'll, at the right time, I'll definitely, get my SID to contact you, and we can discuss that for sure. Sorry, we missed the sport also, man. Wrestling, man. We have men's wrestling too, just to go back and on the sports that we added, Bill. So we definitely have the men's wrestling. Had to let them know that Coach Blaze would be mad at if I didn't tell them about men's wrestling for sure, though. But as far as conference is concerned, man, we'd love to get into an HBCU conference. That's one of the things that we want to be able to do is go back home. Family. We want to be amongst the ones that we can compete against and play against, and just that family conference to be able to say, hey, we just want to provide an opportunity for our HBCU to be recognized and be known as one of the greats.
All right, we're talking with Bluefield State Athletic Director Derrick Price. Go Big Blue, as they say in West Virginia. We're gonna start winding this down, Coach. Get ready to get you out of here. But I just got a couple of things I wanted to kind of fire off at you. During this period of university expansion, or athletic university expansion,
okay,
what has been the surprisingly, I guess I could almost say surprisingly easiest thing that you've done? I thought it was going to be a lot harder than this, but all right, that's it. Okay, what was the surprisingly easiest thing that has happened during this transition period?
Oh man, I think it was more. I don't know if it's been easy, really, though, man. I think it's been, a
how about
great
smooth then? Smoother than you thought.
Yeah, what's going to be? Well, actually, hiring the coaches, that's been pretty, exciting. That's been pretty smooth. Now, due to the fact that it's a lot of time goes into, a little frustrating at times, but that's been real smooth, man. We really wanted to just go out and address, these college coaches for their sports, and we feel like these guys are the best recruiters, man. I mean, that's what it boils down to, man. These guys have been one of the greatest recruiters possible, but a lot of things has been smooth. It's just the relationships that we've been able to build with other ADs and other presidents, just to talk to them. And I really feel like, man, I have a ton of, basketball coaching friends. I don't have that many AD friends, so I feel like I'm a little lonely out here, man. But, hey, eventually it'll build itself back up, man. But we have had some great, athletic directors reach out to me and say, hey, if you ever need anything, hey, here you go. We'll love to help you out, man. But yeah, but hiring the coaches has been pretty smooth, man. I think we have all new coaches except for one on our staff since I've been a part of this, man. So everybody is new. Everybody is new, man. So that's been a real smooth transition.
And you kind of buffered there, Coach. So if you could, we kind of missed your last comment. You kind of buffered on us there, Coach.
Let me see if I can get close to the Wi-Fi a little bit, buddy.
There you go.
How we looking right now?
Oh, you sounded good, Coach.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Move a little closer, man. But yeah, but it's, like I said, it's just been a smooth transition, really, though, man. It's just hiring coaches and putting a staff together, man. It's just, we look at other websites and we say, man, these guys have a lot of people on their department staff, man. We have about 6 before we started this, man. If you look at our staff now, it done grown tremendously, man. So that was one of the things that was smooth for us. It's just hiring coaches and putting something together, really, though.
Right. Now we're gonna flip the script. What was something you thought, okay, this is gonna be breeze, or this is gonna go smooth, and wound up being a heck of a lot harder or tougher than you thought it was gonna be?
Man, I really just seeing if it all worked, really, though, man. It's just been more mental than anything, man. Just, and like I said, even though it's been smooth, we still are not done with hiring the coaches. So that's one of the things that's been tough. It's been smooth, but it's been tough because we still don't have our swimming coach yet. We still don't have a bowling coach yet, and it just, I don't know, man. I don't know, but just really getting ready, man. It's been the toughest thing, man. It's just to get all this equipment and everything ordered for football and all these other sports that's added, because we never done it before. We never done this thing before, man. So just to go out there and have to order so much stuff, man, and that inventory, that's been tough. That's been tough though. So I would definitely say just far as ordering things, man, and just getting everything ready for when these guys come in here to be able to say, hey, here's your stuff. You got this equipment. You have this, and you have everything you need to be successful, which was really challenging for us though.
All right. In 3 years, where will Big Blue be athletically?
3 years, man. Hopefully we'll be in the conference. Hopefully we'll be competing for national championships throughout our department. You know, that's our goal, man. That's our goal. Hopefully, you know, our, class, 1 year, if it's 4 years, hopefully all of our class will be graduating and walking across that stage to shake the president's hand, But in 3 years athletically, man, we want to be stable. We want to still be doing what we're doing now. We want to still be, relevant in the HBCU world. We like I said, we want to cut down some nets. We want to be able to hold some banners. We want to be able to host some championships. We want to be able to be a part of regional tournaments. We want to host some regional tournaments, no matter what sport it is. We want to do that. In 3 to 4 years, I promise you, man, we want to try to host a regional tournament. That's one of the goals that we have, and we want to be able to upgrade our facilities to do that. So that's one of my personal goals is let's host something. Let's have all the teams that made it here come here to Bluefield, West Virginia, and get to know us a little bit better.
All right. Now, a year ago, you were given the task of adding 12 sports in the midst of a pandemic. 1 year later, it's coming to fruition. So a year from now, what will be the measuring stick for the success of adding those 12 programs for Big Blue?
Just really our enrollment. Everyone has to be able to hit their quota goals. Everyone is functioning. When you bring football on, sometimes a lot of the sports suffer. A lot of the sports suffer when you bring football on. But my goal is to make sure that football is our driving force, but everybody is coming along doing what they're supposed to do. A year from now, and I want to be able to have that marching band out there. I can promise you that, though. We want to have that marching band out there, man, getting ready for these halftime shows for football as well. But that's my measuring stick right there, man. Retaining and retention and keeping all these kids that's here now and giving them that great collegiate experience to be able to say, hey, I'm coming back for another year. That's what we want to be at. We don't want to lose anyone. We just want to keep growing and keep gaining. But just our retention, we don't have any seniors that many on our rosters right now. So we want to retain and keep everyone. And we want those guys to be pioneers for the new guys that's coming in here. So that's the number one thing that we have. That's my measuring stick right now. That's just to watch our enrollment grow, watch how many, boosters we get, how much more fan support that we get from the community, and put that marching band out there for sure.
All right, Coach. Anything that I did not ask you that you want to bring out and let the fans of Big Blue know?
Oh man, just we do this for them, man. We do this for our fans. We do this for our alum. We do this for the ones that laid the foundation to put them bricks on there, man, brick by brick. We do this for them, man. And when I tell all my coaches and everybody, it's not about us. It's about the ones who really laid these bricks down here. It's about the ones who didn't have the opportunity or the support system that we have to be able to go out here and do great things. That's what it's about. And I always tell people to this day, let me know another HBCU that went through what we went through with no meals, no dorms, just 10 sports, and see if they'll still be standing. That's one thing I can hold my hat on is Bluefield State has always been full of pride. They've been full of family, and that's what they'll do, man. A lot of these colleges and universities couldn't go through what we went through and still be here to talk about it. And that's something to hold your head up for, man, for sure, though. But like I said, man, it's, we haven't had football for 41 years. We haven't had dorms and meal plans for maybe 53, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these colleges and universities would have folded, man. Bluefield Step kept, hey, no matter how it was working, they kept them doors open. I can promise you that, man. And now that we really want to benefit the fruits of our labor, really.
All right, Coach. Last question. Told you I'm a business major. So got to ask about the money.
Right.
but I'm not going to ask you about your money. I need some people to get you some money.
Right.
So,
Oh, absolutely.
tell people how to keep up with you guys. Give us all the social media and website and all the other plugs. And then most importantly, tell them where to send their check, preferably with a comma in it.
There you go.
PayPal,
There you
Cash
go.
App, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Tell them how to get that to Bluefield State.
Oh man, website go-bstate.com. I mean, all of our social medias, I think, is B-State, BSC Sports, if I'm not mistaken. And that's pretty much for all of our all of our social medias. We have the Twitter, we have Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I mean, we have it all. Like I said, man, we would love all the support that we can possibly get, man, because it's, like I said, we want to be able to give these guys and these females a great collegiate experience, man. We want to be able to upgrade our facilities. We want to be able to, add more to our scholarships, though. So that we can definitely be able to send it to go-bstate.com. You can send it to 219 Rock Street, and that's Bluefield, West Virginia, the director of athletics, and we'll make sure you can get it, though. We have boosters, we have everything that you need to be able to donate to us as well, man. But we just want to be able to say, hey, we want to be relevant, man. We want to be able to do the things that these other HBCUs are doing, man. And hey, that's the goal. That's the goal. But hey, all of our social sites, I think it's the same, if I'm not mistaken. BSC Sports, if I'm not mistaken. I know my sports information director may kill me for not knowing them all, but she does a great job, and I think that's more of her job to know them all than me, though. So but definitely, man, hey, put as many commas in there if you want to, man. Full of commas and zeros. I can promise you it's going to go to a good cause.
All right, and make sure that first number is crooked, not straight up and down, if you can.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
But in every HBCU's defense, they'll take as donations as little as $5, because those $5 start adding up real fast.
Absolutely, man.
Yes. All right, Coach Derrick Price, athletic director, Bluefield State College. Go Big Blue. All right, Coach Price, we thank you for joining us today here on the BCSN SportsWrap. And we'll be right back after these brief messages.
But my stay hard.